What's up, everybody? ODST General back again, and it's time to set your phasers to kill because we are preparing for a full-out war with the Cardassian Empire. Um, so we basically have set up for a siege of the Empire, or the Dominion, if whatever you want to call them, Cardassian's Dominion. It's basically the same faction. Um, this is going to be a long episode. I was going to split this up into two parts, and maybe I still should have, but I look to one of my currently favorite YouTubers, Beagle Rush, and he never shies away from doing an hour and a half, 2 hour episode if he needs to. And granted, he plays a different game than this, but with that being said, that's why this is so long. It's because I'm taking a page from his book. So to get it started off here, I'm trying to research some more technologies like the ability to see people up to two jumps away, better cargo, better defenses on my stations, a whole bunch of different things.
Research complete.
It's been probably 4 days since I've actually played this, so I remember what I did vaguely, but I don't remember quite when all of it happened. And I'm trying to remember the episode beforehand, so you guys are gonna have to forgive me because I was gonna try and sit down for this to record this episode, and I didn't have the opportunity yesterday like I'd planned because I had to work a little bit different than I originally thought I had to.
Detected. Research complete.
Big old Dominion ship there. That's pretty cool looking. So as you guys can see, the Romulans are now starting to push on the Dominion here too. So at this point in time, I do believe the Klingons are still stuck in the neutral zone. And
all sections on standby.
At some point during this video, I'm going to decide that my forces need to go down and help the Klingons if we're going to have any chance of winning. Past history with like every mod and vanilla version of Sins has always shown me that whenever I think I have a big fleet that's always taking out pirates and just like been really easy and it's bigger than all my teammates, usually is still smaller than whatever the enemy has. So we're going to research a bigger fleet here. Got the Norway class vessel down there. That's
enemy vessels.
I'm using it to engage the Orion pirates because that's the only big ship I got up there, but it's actually designed for a an anti-planetary bombardment vessel. I'm not sure when the Norway originally showed up. I know
just tell me where
it's supposed to be like one of those vessels that was designed to fight the Borg after Wolf 359, so I'm thinking it was probably in some of the DS9 episodes and then maybe a couple of the movies, but I'm not sure if it was ever in the Next Generation.
As she goes.
Yeah, it's probably one of those background ships. The Steamrunner is kind of the same way. But I do know for a fact that the Steamrunner was in First Contact.
All hands to battle stations.
Got the refit for our Galaxy class ships going here too.
Warp signatures detected.
Changing heading.
So yeah, yesterday was a fun day for me. I woke up really early in the morning, think I had to work a 4-hour shift for the end of my 8-day work week.
Enemy vessels engaged.
And I go and look at my schedule about 5 minutes before I leave for work because I realized I had a full swing shift at some point this week, and I kind of realized that that shift
Complete.
was probably more than likely the last day, and sure enough, it was.
Engage engines.
And then by that point, my girlfriend had already woken up, and she wanted me to spend time with her, so I didn't have a chance to record it before going into work. But I'm sitting outside, and my stepmom asked me to take some more pictures of a girlfriend and our cat, and just kind of the area we live in. And so I'm outside taking pictures off of our deck. We got this nice view of the mountains, and the trees are blossoming where I'm at. And it's been like 70-degree days, high 60s, stuff like that. And yesterday was no exception at first. And then it started snowing later in the day. So like a few hours later it was snowing. Okay, so going around building up some more defenses as these Orion pirates try to push through all my space. I'm not really sure what their goal was. I think they were going after the Romulans, but because of where they're coming from, they're going through my planet to do it. Like the last couple episodes, I was trying to continue with the strategy of just trying to weaken up that the turquoise one, the Ninth Order. And I probably wasn't paying attention when I was playing this or something. I don't really know. But
changing heading.
Yeah, they ended up, attacking the Romulans, and went through all my plans to get there. But even when I was trying to, they didn't seem to want to attack the Ninth Order. The cool old Cardassian trade ship again, along with the Nova class. So yeah, right now I'm trying to basically just add some more support vessels to increase the size of my fleet. So I'm adding the Norways and steam runners,
Complete.
as well as some more Mirandas, which are basically the cannon fodder ships. Like I said, the Norways are designed for like anti-planetary bombardment, where the
adjusting coordinates.
Where the steam runners, there we go. I don't know why my mind blinked out there for a second, but the steam runners are actually basically like artillery units or cannons almost. They hang back and they just fling, quantum torpedoes at your enemy ships, and they're high damage, but they don't have a huge amount of health, and they're not really designed for close quarters combat. Right now we're also creating Red Squad. I believe
all sections on standby.
Red Squad increases the rate at which your ships gain experience, or maybe it just lets you train higher experience. I can't remember without looking right offhand. It's something to do with the experience of the capital ships, though. For those of you who haven't watched the Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, Red Squad's kind of like the badass cadets, like the best of the best type of group. There's an episode in TNG where Wesley joins Red Squad, and they end up getting in like a accident. A member of their crew dies, and they all like so closely knit and stuff, they decide to basically cover it up. And then in DS9, their captain gets killed. They're on like a training cruise on a Defiant class ship, and they just decide to go around and keep killing people instead of returning to Starfleet.
Battle stations.
Not necessarily the brightest people, but they're definitely badass. So, right now we got the Nebula sensor
by.
pod one. Researching that one's got... Oh man, what does this one have? I think it's got like engineering teams and stuff like that. Both the Nebulas have their own unique traits. Both are designed for support roles, but they have like different stuff they can do for the support roles.
Battle stations.
We're slowly but surely creeping our way towards the Typhon class. Like I said, you get unique fighters with the Typhon when you unlock it, and you can use those at your hangar bays as well as with the ships and stuff. So it's actually useful not just for having an additional capital ship to play out, but also because you can increase your planetary defenses. And like you guys have seen, I really haven't. Well, I haven't at all used phaser turrets or photon torpedoes. I'm relying solely on the hangar bays because,
Research
like I said,
complete.
With the photons and stuff, they're not mobile. And it's really
Armored
easy,
ready.
especially in this,
Helm, new course heading.
for enemy units to avoid them.
All crew stand ready.
If this was like the Halo mod, I wouldn't hesitate
Lock
to
phasers.
use the mag cannons and stuff, because those can destroy certain Covenant ships in a single shot, or even just a couple shots. But this, like I said, they don't really, at least to me, feel that effective.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
Think. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that is gonna happen in here. So, something I didn't realize and I was kind of banking on, as you guys will see me build a bunch of starbase ships, I was banking on the fact that I could build them inside the neutral zones, which I was unaware at the time. You cannot do that. You can capture a planet inside the neutral zone, gravity wells, but you can't build space stations there. Closer look at the steam runners here.
All hands to battle stations.
People who watch my channel know I am a role player too. It's something I've kind of discussed at a few different points, and it was probably should be obvious from the Arma 3 videos if you guys have watched those. When I was a little bit younger, I took part in a role play. I found a Star Trek group. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It was like Beta Fleet or something. It's a really big like group of different role plays and stuff for Star Trek, and they have like text-based email, instant messaging, stuff like that. They have all these different all these different role plays, and I ended up joining up with them. I can't even remember what got me to join them, but
Give the word.
okay, so it is this one that has engineering teams, and then the warp core that makes it go quicker, surgical strike, and shield coordination. So this one improves shields of your whole fleet, sort of. It actually disperses damage more evenly, which is probably better, I would argue. I guess it just depends though. If there's certain ships you don't want to die, and you don't care about losing your other ships, I guess it's not necessarily that good, but you just have to keep it outside the field. But yeah, anyways, I joined a roleplay group here that took board a steam runner class. So even though they don't really look that good, they have a special place in my heart. The Nebula, on the other hand, though, I do like the ship design. It's really awesome.
All sections report.
It's basically just a cut-down Galaxy class, but
Give the word.
there's nothing wrong with
Alert the
that.
crew.
Galaxy
Crew
class is a
standing
good-looking
by.
ship, too.
Bring engines to full.
And actually, the only thing I've never really liked about the Galaxy class is just that sometimes it looks really uneven to me. Like, if it was trying to go onto, like, a planet, it would not be aerodynamic at all like Voyager is, where Voyager you could almost potentially see being able to fly like planetary. I can never see that with
Engage engines.
Changing heading.
Okay, so this is basically right here, the move that
Adjusting coordinates.
engaged my fighting with all the enemy and stuff. This basically forced my hand. I was gonna send my fleet down to the neutral zone, and then these pirates came through, and then I realized what a bad idea that was, because without thinking about it, I didn't even think about where the neutral fleet was, and they're all just sitting in the middle here.
Adjusting coordinates.
So I've got my fleet and their fleet, which are about the same size.
Research complete.
But, you know, with my capital ships and stuff, I was banking that I had the upper hand.
Steady as she goes.
You know, not to mention, like I said, the pirates are attacking too. So basically, it's turning into a three-way fight. And then the Cardassians are sending a couple ships, and they were really the ones I really didn't want to get through.
Engage engines.
The one ship you guys saw was a hero ship too, that was flying through the sector. It's a I can't remember who it is. I'm not sure if it's like Goldie Cod or somebody else, but all the ships with the square around them are hero ships. Like Voyager has that, Picard has it, all the heroes have it. So that ship was kind of a target for me too. Unfortunately, I mean, you know, obviously, if I tried to disengage this enemy, I probably would have taken pretty big losses. And as you guys can tell, this battle is pretty intense. It started, you know, slowing the game down a little bit, and there's explosions left and right. Voyager dispersing its targeting beacons to try and help the fleets do more damage.
We await your command.
Capital ship just leveled up. The Galaxy classes. So, I can't remember if I discussed this in any of my other videos, but basically if you saucer separate the galaxies like I just did, if the galaxies get destroyed, they will just respawn where they had separated at half health. So, saucer separation is basically like a get out of jail free card, as you know, as far as the ship's dying is concerned, at least. If you guys look off to the right of the battle, you guys can see all the steam runners out there too. They do have phasers and stuff, but like I said, you know, if you watch them, you see a lot of torpedoes just coming through.
Standing by.
You can also see that behind the pirate fleet is another secondary group of Bajoran ships that were guarding the planet. I've destroyed a vast majority of their fleet at this point, and the Orions are just now deciding they're going to come in and engage. Unfortunately, because, you know, the type of people they are, the Orions are just going to try and blow through. And now the Cardassians are pushing back into. So this, obviously, this is a really intense engagement for me at the time. And with the Cardassians coming back in, and you know, the Orion pirates going through, and me realizing I'm not going to stop them, I decided to try and build some more ships really quick to see if I could get them into position in time to try and do some damage to the pirates that were leaking through.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
A couple of pirates are left. We're once again returning to take out the Bajorans. Luckily, I mean, even with the, you know, huge number of ships that just blew through here, the fleet really didn't take too many losses, because, you know, they are the pirates and the like native AI type of groups.
Crew standing by.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
So, my biggest fear as soon as that was gone came true too, and that was basically my defense disappeared. So I'm trying to rush and take out these ships as fast as I can. As you guys can see, I do have some losses. You know, there was a Constellation class, but I need to start moving. There's 3 heroes right there moving down towards
Enemy
the
engaged.
neutral zone that's next to my nearly
Battle
undefended
stations.
place.
Changing
And
heading.
there's a
Initiate
Titan
new
class,
attack
that's
pattern.
their Cardassian Dreadnought. And I wanted to try and get all, 4 ships, but
Standing
obviously
by.
the Dreadnought is, for those
Standing
unfamiliar
by.
with Sins, is like just this massive, massive ship. I mean, not just in size, but in, health and, firepower.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
The Federation, one of the Federation Titans, for
Alert
instance,
the
can
crew.
actually freeze time. And, like, basically clone itself, like, pull, like, alternate versions of itself from different realities. Just to give you guys an idea of, like, how powerful Titans can be. I'm not really familiar with the Cardassian Titan at all. I don't know what sort of abilities it has, but like I said, it's just a massive ship, and it has a lot of damage and can do a ton of different stuff.
Yellow alert. Activated.
I did luckily decide to hold back my ambassador and push that to take the
Awaiting
planet
orders.
just in case anything could potentially happen to it in the video. I wanted to make, or the video in the battle.
Colonization.
I wanted to make
was
sure that I had
successful.
the
Battle stations.
capability to
Reroute
start
power to
defending this
weapons.
planet if need be.
Insufficient research.
Like I said, the biggest downside though is
Awaiting
that
orders.
you can't have
to comply.
star bases
Unable
or
to comply.
outposts in these neutral zone gravity wells, which is a huge downside because I was really hoping to have something that was a high defensive structure. Because the star bases in this, they can do just an absolute ton of damage to most ships. I mean, even like capital ships really aren't safe from them. There's a Centaur class. That's an anti-fighter ship in the world of this game. I haven't built any yet, but Voyager's using the holographic fleet ability, which is basically just creating, decoys so your fleet itself doesn't get destroyed. It does make the fleet look a little bit bigger than what's probably left of it. Yeah, I guess I got kind of lucky
Give the
here
word.
that if that ship had jumped, I don't know that I would have been able to handle, elsewhere. And
Station complete.
here was me realizing that I should have,
Self-destruct
increased the
sequence
fleet I had
initiated.
there. The 3 or 4 ships I had down in that nebula just got easily overrun by all those,
Standing by.
Cardassian capital ships and heroes. And I'm just kind of caught with my pants down. I'm just hoping the outpost can like last long enough for me to get there. And I mean, as you can see, they're reinforcing with even more ships from the other faction.
Altering course.
So things have kind of gone down a little bit differently than I expected. I was expecting this battle to take place in a different part of the map. Like I said, I thought the battle was going to take place at the top part, but I guess I was wrong.
Station complete.
Massive, massive explosion from the
All
Titan.
sections report.
Leaves pretty large debris field.
Armed and ready.
We await your command.
We're going to be reinforcing the planet there.
Fire at will.
Prepare the docking bays.
This is kind of a little bit of a smart thing. It wasn't a huge fleet or anything, but they sent a couple ships to try and slow me down from getting down there.
Standing by.
At least I assume that's what the computer was thinking.
Status report.
Fortunately, I don't have time to fight these guys. I'm
Changing
just gotta
heading.
go do my thing. I decided to hold up the smaller
Station
fleet and the
complete.
weaker ships to hold the middle.
Alert the crew.
Despite the possibility that the one of the other factions might try to push through there.
Changing
With all the massive ships coming through, I just really didn't have the chance I could take that risk. To push all my big ships through, and I mean, as you can see, they're still reinforcing several more ships
Adjusting coordinates.
coming through. So it was probably, I can
Station
say,
complete.
in hindsight, that I think I made the right decision there. Yeah, here I am, wasting the money on making the starbase ships.
Insufficient latinum.
It's a construction one, but they look pretty similar.
Awaiting orders. Reroute all auxiliary powered weapons.
Starbase is under attack.
So my Starbase 720 was destroyed. Yeah, that's the outpost. I mean, as you guys can see, it's now a flaming ball of wreckage. But the one lone shuttlecraft, he's gonna fight him. He's not afraid. There's an unknown cruiser. I don't know why they have that. I don't know if they can capture ships or if they have some sort of recruitment thing.
Enemy engaged.
But yeah, that's like the unknown cruiser is like one of the AI cruisers. The rest of the fleet's just jumped in. There's a dreadnought engaging them, so we need to try and take that out.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
Ship at full
So that ship right
readiness.
there, that's the really big one on the map. As you guys can see, he's just jumped away, I think. Or maybe we did kill
Awaiting
him.
orders.
Anyways, yeah.
Alter course.
Big ships, but they just can't stand against a fleet by themselves, and it's the same thing with the Titans, really.
Platinum.
They can do a lot of
Ship at
damage,
full readiness.
but they do need their support. They're not
Insufficient latinum.
perfect all-around ships. They're really heavy damage dealers. They get some really good, capabilities or just outright abilities, but they can't stop fighters. They can't hit everything at once, so
Station
you need to
complete.
support them.
Standing by.
Otherwise, you just waste a lot of money, on the research, on the starbase to build it. And you can as long as you don't lose that research or those starbases, you can continue to rebuild them if you need to. But that's just a lot of resources that you're putting towards that. A couple of those Kardashian ships trying to run away. This one's still in the middle. All my fleet's trying to engage those two, but splitting off in separate directions to do it. So I redirected them to attack the closest one, first. Attack the far one away. They're still sending more ships into the neutral zone in this area, but my fleet's now in the nebula and it's engaging all their hero units. So, I mean, as you guys can see, there's
Station complete.
already losses on both sides being made.
Station complete.
I don't know how they have 4 hero
Be
ships
ready
though.
for
I don't
anything.
know if the Cardassians just have 4 heroes or if those are just like regular capital ships and they have
All hands
an
to
outline
battle
around them for
stations.
some reason. I think that one highlighted didn't have pictures, so I don't know. Random fire just flying through space.
Alert the crew.
Ship at full readiness.
So we successfully managed to stop him, but now I'm in an awkward position here. Like I had said in the last episode, I've been banking on those neutral zones to protect me. And now I'm in a position where they're not doing that, and the Romulans, like I said, the Romulans are engaging one of the enemies, and they're keeping
Be
them
ready for
preoccupied,
anything.
but the Romulans
Standing
are
by.
taking losses every time they do that. They're not
Acknowledge Starfleet.
really successfully
Station
stopping them.
complete.
So
Ship
I'm gonna
at
try.
full
What I'm
readiness.
trying to do right now
All
is I'm
power
trying
to
to
engines.
consolidate my fleets because I
Adjusting
have
coordinates.
ships I've built all over the place now, trying to stop the pirates leaking through, stop Cardassians from leaking through. I have my
Be ready for anything.
fleet just below on that planet right below the neutral zone system.
Unable
Yeah,
to
so here's
comply.
me attempting to build the starbase, going like, what the heck's going on?
Unable
But
to
it's not
comply.
full. Why are you not working? Is it a monetary thing? So yeah, I'm trying to merge my fleets together, get them
signatures
all into the
detected.
same sector, and try to get them into a position to be able to attack the enemy when they jump through the space.
Be ready for anything.
Especially given the fact that, like I was saying, I can't build a starbase in the neutral zones, which are the best places to
Red alert.
build them, because it's not
Enemy
only, you know, a
vessels
choke point,
engaged.
but
All
it's
power
also
to
a
weapons. All sections report.
it's, you know, it's really just the
Research
best opportunity to
complete.
get some extra space and, you know, push a little bit closer towards the enemy and put them that much farther away from me with a good defensive line.
All sections report.
The Noskins are once again attacking my
Bring
teammate.
all
There is no
weapons to
bounty
bear.
left on the 9th Order.
Ship at full
You know, with
readiness.
that battle, I didn't even pay attention to the fact that they were attacking the Romulans, so I'm just trying to kill them off as they go through the space. You know, I've got a fairly decent sized fleet up here. I don't have any capital ships in it. They're all with the main fleet, but
Battle
it's
stations.
one of those things where it's not really an issue. I'm not really worried about the pirates so much as about the Cardassians trying to push through, given the
Acknowledge Starfleet.
ships they just had. They also managed to capture, you know, the neutral zone planets. I'm trying to destroy
Battle
that.
stations.
As you guys can see, there's a Klingon ship there. They started to kind of wise up a little bit and start sending ships out some other ways. So the Klingons were, you know, able to help me in a couple of scenarios. But it's going to ultimately, that support that I wanted to give the Klingons down in the neutral zone was ultimately pointless, because they
Colonization
finally
was
did push
successful.
through here at some point. Actually, looks like they might have already taken it or just taken it here. As you guys can see, that line and the Azure Nebula, and I'm trying to point it out, and I guess you guys can't even see that, but the line going down from the
Station
Azure Nebula,
complete.
where my freighter was going,
Standing by.
in the top right half of the map,
Understood.
that's got red on it, which probably means the Klingons finally managed to take the neutral zone. I do know they did take it at some point, and they'll actually send a pretty large fleet up into
Insufficient
the
platinum.
neutral zone that I captured on the north part, so, or in the center part, I should say.
Insufficient.
So I've got my
research.
fleet.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
I know they're going to come from somewhere in this direction. Yeah, I've got my ships up here fighting pirates and preparing for any potential Cardassians that might come through. I'm just trying to build a whole bunch of fighters while I'm at it. So hangar bays are cool too. If you upgrade them
Warp
enough, you can
signatures
actually
detected.
call in, you know, not capital ships, but like just regular, you know, frigates and dreadnoughts type of ships. It's called, you know, Third Fleet Reinforcements. And I'll research it, and I'll actually use it a few times later on, you know, in this video here. We still got quite a while to go.
Red alert. Enemy
We're
vessels engaged.
half an hour in, so we're a third of the way through. Yeah, there's just a lot of fighting in this video here, so, you know, it got to the point where it was looking around an hour, but by that point I was, you know, I was engaging an important enemy, and I'm not going to get into that, but I didn't want to end it until after that was destroyed. And like I said, I considered splitting up the video, but I just kind of decided against it. If you guys have an issue with how long this
Crew
episode
standing by.
turned out to be, you guys think I should have split it up into 2 episodes, just let me know. And if I get
Launch
another one
phasers.
that's like an hour and a half long during my campaign here, I will make an effort to split it up into like 2 45-minute episodes, or, you know, 1 hour episode and 1 half an hour episode or something. So, yeah, my outpost was pretty much pointless, so trying to keep building a neutral zone again just because I wasn't sure. And
Unable to comply.
yeah, it wasn't giving me the notification because it was telling me other stuff. I
Unable
kept
to
knocking out the
comply.
notification, but basically it's just trying to see if I can build in the neutral zone, which it's become obvious I can't. So I'm gonna try and build a starbase up in that nebula. Hopefully it'll last longer than the outpost did.
Self-destruct sequence.
I haven't really done any
initiated.
research in a while either. I've been so concerned with trying to take out that
Ready to
fleet.
weapons bay.
I researched a little bit after the battles and stuff, as you guys saw, trying to get some more financial research done and out of the way. Sweet, sweet Excelsiors.
Station complete.
Apologies about
Research
the yawning and
complete.
general sleepiness, it sounds. I just woke up a little bit ago. I really didn't get too much of a chance to wake up. I just kind of went straight to this because, like I said, I wanted to do this yesterday and I just could not find the time.
Warp signatures detected.
Construction vessel going at it. Starbase building up.
Enemy vessels detected.
So,
Battle
you know, obviously
stations.
I'm not attacking yet, and
Research complete.
I'm trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to rebuild and regroup right now, and that's why I haven't attacked yet. I know that's just the issue with that being that obviously that means the Klingons are being given the opportunity. Klingons? Really? The Cardassians are being given the opportunity
Unable to
to do the same
comply.
thing, with that being said, so it's kind of a give and take thing, you know. I have to, I have to risk that they can rebuild their fleet, but at the same time, doing this allows me to put myself into a better position to try and, destroy their ships and then move forward later on, as long as, I've got a decent-sized fleet to do
Station
so after the
complete.
battle. Or any potential battle, I should say. So we got Picard researched. We're going to research the New Orleans class here, I believe. I know I do research at some point. I guess I didn't yet. The New Orleans class, I think, is one of those expanded universe ships. In the case of this mod, it is a anti-starbase ship, though. It's got like a siege mode. And I'm not exactly sure how that works. I actually never got the opportunity to use it. I planned to try and move it down with my fleet, and if I ran across any star bases, I was going to
ready
use
for
it.
anything.
But
Engines to
unfortunately,
full.
due to attacks in the northern part of the map from the other AI on one of my planets, I didn't want to risk
We await
losing
your
that single
command.
planet up there, because that was my staging area for attacking the other computer. I had to send up, my fleet there, and that was, at that time, pretty much just the New Orleans class ships. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking ships, though.
All crew stand
They
ready.
had the whole of the Galaxy class, but or the Saucer, I should say, but
Lock
they don't
lasers.
feel like they're just like cut up a little bit like the Nebulas are. It feels like some work was put into them to make them a unique ship design.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
So we're gonna start to
Changing
push
heading.
forward. They got a fleet, but obviously I just use the scan capabilities of the Ambassador class to see what they have, and my fleet can easily take those
Insufficient
ships.
Platinum.
Or is them potentially coming through from the north, because I don't know what they have on that planet. If I had been smart, I would have scanned that one too, but
Warp signatures detected.
I wasn't. Thankfully, spoilers for the rest of the video, they don't really attack from up there, I don't believe.
Insufficient research.
So,
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
going, research another capital ship here. More pirates, but hey, guess what? The Klingons are here now.
Ship at full
And the
readiness.
Klingons are very angry that they had to go through so many, faction specific ships.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
So we're
Station
gonna
complete.
go back down to the assaults on the Cardassian Dominion Alliance stuff. That's their phaser turret. That thing actually looks pretty cool. I actually like all the Cardassian structures. I'm not a huge fan of the Romulan stuff, but the Cardassian stuff looks really good. I'm not familiar with the Klingons. Cannot remember what their structures look like, despite the fact that I have looked at them several times. I thought that was cool to follow that around. Now, if that was the TV show, that ship would have been destroyed like 7 times over, but it's Sins, so he's lucky. Or maybe it's balanced to Star Trek Online. Oh, okay. So, yeah, as was expected, you know, the combined fleet of, you know, my Excelsiors, Mirandas, and the Klingon fleets
Yellow
just
alert.
annihilating all those pirates as they fly through.
Warp signatures detected.
So there's us researching the other nebula, and I clicked on the
Red
Akira,
alert.
so I don't know.
Enemy
I can't remember if I
vessels
started research on the
engaged.
Akira too. I think I did. I know I ended up using one later on.
Research
The
complete.
I apologize about that too. The
Standing
Akira
by.
is actually my
Battle stations.
current main character ship for Star Trek Online.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
So we've, you know, like I said, we easily took out the Cardassian fleet, but they have a couple structures left. This is a trade fort. Which, like I said, I keep putting my hand on the mic. I apologize about that. Looks like DS9, so that's pretty cool.
Standing by.
Research complete.
Give the word.
And, you know, you got some Romulan ships going through the neutral zone now. So actually, well, it did force my hand, and that's probably better for the action in the
All
video
crews
and
stand
stuff.
ready.
And at least it helped out my teammates from what it seems like. The Klingons obviously had the intent of trying to knock out the second neutral zone. Once they had taken that first one, they probably were going to go for the second one. And the other benefit to that too was it helped to level up my ship some. Still, with that being said, you know, the Klingons are basically up in the center doing their
Fire
own
at will.
thing, and I'm down here by myself, basically assaulting the enemy with no support. I am surprised though, the Klingons end up having probably the second biggest fleet compared to me. I really expected that to be the Romulans, to be honest with you.
Research
Alright, so we got
complete.
the New Orleans researching.
Red alert. The enemy starship is complete.
All sections report.
Enemy engaged.
So,
Lieutenant, open a hailing frequency.
Picard's got this call-in reinforcements
Make it
capability,
so.
which is a really nice one. Pirates trying to push through again. Fortunately, this time, most of the Klingon fleet seems to have gone somewhere else. They do have several capital ship and some other stuff in the area, but you know, a lot of their fleet did disappear. Hopefully they're, well, I don't know why I'm saying hopefully. I know it doesn't matter, but
Engage.
should say luckily they still have several ships in there to help destroy the ones that are trying to sneak by my fleet. So we got the New Orleans class showing up there now. At some point during this fight, I'll have to get the Defiant going.
Warp signatures detected.
So yeah, this is the attack I was talking about, where I ended up shifting all my fighters and stuff. You know, it's one of those things, what are you going to do? I made the mistake of not having any ships up there.
Engines to full. All power to engines.
And unfortunately, I don't have the room to warp in a fleet to help try and support it. That is an awesome ability, though. Like I said, I do finally get to use it a little bit later in the video, and it was very useful.
Stations.
Research
So my first
complete.
fleet's now moving. The planet, I don't have the research to capture it, so I'm moving my fleet forward, preparing for attack on the next planet. Waiting for Picard to come down there and join the first fleet. You know, the second fleet's going to basically hang in the middle for the duration of this video, and then I'll create a small third fleet, which is going to be my New Orleans class ships and a single Akira that goes with them to just basically help defend this planet and play the role of a picket line from their attack and prevent anything from happening in my staging area into their planets.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
Finally decided it'd be a good idea to research a repair dock and build that up at the neutral zone area in the center, because like you guys have seen, they just keep sending, you know, pirates and stuff through there without any hero ships or any sort of repair capability. They will repair themselves eventually anyways, but it's one of those things where, you know,
All sections
I am
report.
better off having the extra repair capability just in case. Research some more mining stuff for titanium.
Unable to comply.
Kira's researching right now.
Research complete.
And we're going to start research on the Prometheus to bring us one step closer to new fighters. And I do have the intent of building the
Colonization was
Typhon, but
successful.
I didn't build it here
Warp
yet. I
signatures
built it,
detected.
like I said, for the purpose of having the extra fighters. I haven't actually looked at the stats on them, but I just assume the new fighters are a lot better. They're at least a lot better looking. I know a lot of people think the Peregrine's cool, but
This
I
is
think
Captain
it's kind of
Picard the
ugly.
USS Enterprise.
So we've captured that
Insufficient
planet.
research.
Got the researches done. I don't know what made me decide to take this route down here through this bottom, but I guess it worked because the Cardassians just sent one of their bigger ships up, and he's about to be surprised. And build some more New Orleans classes. I was going to build a couple of Akiras, but I decided to cancel that and build more New Orleans class ships for some reason. I guess just because the idea was it was a cruiser and I was unfamiliar with the Akira's capability in this. I
Insufficient.
didn't really know
platinum.
what role it played. You know, I got my Excelsiors up there. Unfortunately,
Changing
I knew they
heading.
were basically outnumbered.
Research complete.
Be ready
Or
for
at least
anything.
outgunned. With that being said, though, I think they did the job I needed him to do, which is basically to last long enough for me to
Ready phasers and quantum torpedoes.
get somebody to the planet and save it. Bug ship. Now it's gone. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the map,
Awaiting
another
orders. Acknowledge,
planet
Starfleet.
for the 7th Order, I think, maybe? I don't know.
Make it so.
And they're just not defended at all. Oh, unless this is the 9th Order. I've been attacking a different enemy than I thought the whole time. I wonder. Zoom out again. Oh, that might actually be the case. That ship's weird looking. Just does not look right.
Station
It's because
complete.
it's so stubby and small.
Give the word.
Warp signatures detected.
And I'm used to Klingons building ships like really slim, designs where it looks like if it goes to warp,
All
it might
sections
snap in
report.
half.
Ready phasers and quantum torpedoes.
Follow my lead.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Unfortunately, the Excelsiors are starting to lose now.
All sections
I don't know if
report.
it was just the fact that I wasn't giving them the
Ready
coordination they
phasers and
needed, but
quantum
we're now down
torpedoes.
to 2 Excelsiors against
Alert the crew.
4 or 5 ships, if you include the bomber. And trade does not stop here in the Federation. As you guys can see, the freighters are just going about their business like normal. Like, we got a profit to make. Yeah, they jumped through and they're attacking that planet now.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Unfortunately, this colony ship is just too juicy of a target.
Standing by.
I don't want him going around trying to recolonize planets, so I decided to destroy him before jumping my fleet back.
Standing by. Alter course.
We got our Prometheus is still researching.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
There's the Akira. It's a sexy ship,
All sections report.
named after the anime movie of the same name. There's the New Orleans. There's also another ship in this mod that you can't build, but you can get, called the Springfield class. It doesn't have the nacelles on the
speed.
top on the saucer section, and it doesn't have the
Give the word.
additional,
Engage.
I think it's a weapons platform or something on the bottom with the deflector
Steady as
dish.
she goes.
So I have a starbase building up here.
Warp signatures detected. Enemy engaged. Station complete. Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged. Stand by.
And there's the rest of the first fleet. It's like, oh, that's all you guys got? No.
Status. Red alert. Armed torpedo. Prepare to launch. Prepare to engage the enemy.
What do you mean? It's like we should probably turn around.
Changing heading.
It's like, yeah, but it's too late. You're dead. Yeah, there's the Typhon class. We're finally researching that. Maybe I did build it for this episode. I'm trying to remember. I know I've built it before. And I'm just trying to remember if I had built it during this video or if I had just built the fighters that I got from it. I can't
Quadrant
remember.
Reporting, Captain.
Okay, well, the Excelsiors are all gone. They decided they want to try and attack the starbase. I tried to build there. I got a couple of runabouts doing their best to try and stop you know, the capital ships. Yeah, you can't knock on them too much. They actually do a pretty decent job of, you know, damage and stuff. Our third fleet is ready, though. We have the space. We're gonna call them in. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was just trying to call more in or something. We got 3 ships from it, though. That's
Waiting orders.
hopefully enough there.
Fire
So
when ready.
got a couple New Orleans class ships, and we got a Challenger class, which is the diplomatic envoy one. So when I thought you did this, I thought those were kind of the ships you get, because when you use Picard's calling ability, it's somewhat random, but it's generally the same ships. But I'll use that ability a couple times later on. I'll actually find out there's ships you can get that you can actually build, like the Cheyenne class. I don't know if the Cheyenne class is something that's been in Star Trek before. I've looked at the Nassau design. It looks like something that might have come around TNG. But my first time seeing it was in Star Trek Online, so I'm not sure if that was just an initial creation they made and just built that design to look like something from TNG.
Changing heading.
To kind of fit with the rest of their ships, where they all had the it was basically, you know, like a design from like the TV show, and then, you know, designs from, you know, their own creation.
Warp speed.
Move back down here again, finish off this planet and recapture it, or not recapture it, but capture it in the first place.
All hands to battle stations. Grid power to weapons. Engage engines.
So, yeah, I mean, going back to that third fleet ability, though, it's kind of interesting because you can either get some,
Lock phasers.
you know, good ships like the New Orleans. You know, obviously, like I said, those have siege ability, and those are like later game cruisers that you unlock. So it's kind of cool that you can get those. But then you can also get stuff like the Cheyenne and the Springfield, which is basically like a downgraded version of New Orleans, which don't have any sort of special ability. I can't talk. I failed to say the word abilities. Get some more mining and trade stuff researched here, get some bigger cargo hulls, and get more titanium.
Colonization was successful.
One of the reasons I'm doing that is obviously my trade ships aren't doing near as much as my mining vessels are. You know, I kind of quit building trade ports for a while there in favor of research stations and defensive stuff. And just because I've got a lot of planets actually compared to everybody else, I haven't really had the time to invest in each planet and fully develop it as much as I would if I had a smaller territory. So like I said, doing that, it costs you more money in the start, but it does pay off in the end. But then the problem you run into is you have to also consider, well, you know, what happens if I lose this planet? Then, you know, that's that money, you know, was lost. So then you have to think about, you know, using that to defend the planet instead of upgrading it and stuff.
Detected.
And the pirates are back for some more Romulan blood.
Research.
Try and get my fleet down here as fast as I can to try and counter them.
Altering course.
It's okay, there's one lone Klingon ship, and he's got to stand against them. Today is a good day to die. And then all of a sudden, the
enemy vessels engage.
Cardassians decided they were going to attack.
Battle stations.
Oh gosh, yeah, I forgot about this part. But yeah, so big old fleet from the blue faction decided to come up and
All sections
just caught me with my pants down. It was a really bad moment.
Captain.
And out of money again. I know my fleet won't win this engagement by themselves, so I have to
Warp
call in
signatures
some
detected.
reinforcements to try and help out.
Yellow alert activated. Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Thankfully, I forgot about
Pirate
this.
will.
It seems the pirates decided to try and engage them too, so that's kind of useful. There's that Cheyenne class I was talking about, as well as the Springfield class, which is obviously, like I said, just a kind of a downgraded version of
Engage.
New Orleans class. It's a little
We
bit
await
different,
your
I guess. It's
command.
got that thing in the center.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
I don't know. You'd think I like the design of the Constellation, so you'd think I should like the
Warp
Cheyenne
signatures
class, which is
detected.
basically a TNG variant, like based off the Galaxy.
Be ready for anything. All power
And
to
unfortunately, there's their Titan, and it's using some sort of ability. I don't know what that is, but it seems to be powering up their fleet.
All sections on standby. All sections on standby.
Station complete.
I'll be honest, I can't even remember how this battle
We await
ends.
your command. Fire at will.
That sounds bad, but it's sadly the truth. You got your pirates and their...
Squadron reporting, Captain. Squadron reporting, Captain.
We got, you know, four-way fight. We got the Klingons. Their capital ship's destroyed, but they got like a smaller ship in the fight.
Warp signatures.
We got the
detected.
pirates. We got my faction. We got the Cardassians, and
Red alert. Enemy
well, the Klingons are
vessels
practically
engaged.
non-existent. There's quite a few ships for each of our factions, so it's basically a giant
Acknowledge
clusterfuck.
Starfleet.
I apologize for my language, sort of. I actually don't really
Alter
apologize. I swear I don't think
Acknowledge
swearing's a big
Starfleet.
deal.
Changing
Um,
heading.
But that's another time of discussion. We're here to watch spaceships blow the heck out of each other. Yeah, I just really can't even tell who's winning in this fight, and like I said, I honestly can't remember what happened in this situation. This is kind of weird to me. I don't
Red alert. Enemy
know what this
vessels
is, but there's
engaged.
Oberths flying around. The Oberths are basically older ships in Star Trek.
Warp speed.
They're old science ships, basically.
Warp signatures
They have
detected.
really small crews. I think their crew is something like 75 people, maybe 100. Okay, well, our Typhon's finished, so we got our new bombers and fighters coming along here. At some point I'll swap out, or try to
Red
swap
alert.
out the majority of
Enemy
my
vessels
ships,
engaged.
fighters, as well as my defensive planetary ones. But look what we found here. This is a big planet.
Initiate
I'm
new
trying to remember
attack
it.
pattern.
Was this on their homeworld? I gotta see the planet's name.
Reroute power to
I think
weapons.
this is their
All sections report. Fire all
capital
weapons.
planet.
Engage engines.
Yeah, this is their capital planet. So
Divert power to weapons.
they got a ton of stuff here.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
They don't have a huge fleet. Luckily, like you guys have seen, they've just been flinging
Red
ships
alert.
at my
Enemy
my
vessels
space. So
engaged.
when it finally came time for me to attack them, they didn't really
Bring
have
all
much in the way
weapons
of
to bear.
defensive ships, but they do have a ton of structures. They got,
Yes.
you know, fighters and stuff everywhere. And unfortunately, like I said, I didn't build any Centaurs, so I don't have any anti-fighter capability. You know, they do have, you know, several smaller ships and a lot of defense, so I wasn't really sure how this was going to turn out for me. They do have some fleet, and I wasn't really worried about their fleet ships so much, but I wanted to try and do as much damage to their
Enemy engaged.
ship-making facilities as possible, just so I didn't get caught with my pants on and have them build like a Titan or some capital ships that come up and flank my fleet.
Reroute power to weapons.
Lieutenant, open a hailing frequency.
And I use Card's capability to call in
Standing
fleet
by.
reinforcements. which was a mistake because that's space station, and those just destroy everything. Got the Norways that spawned in with the Mirandas and steam runners, and they're gonna just go attack the planet now. Like, they're like, you guys do that, and we're just gonna go over here. Okay, yeah, I was starting to think that was gonna be the case. So my fleet's gone. Yeah. I couldn't remember if that was the case, and I was thinking it was, but I wasn't really positive. So my fleet's gone.
Awaiting orders.
Pirate forces decided they're gonna just start pushing through my my space to go after the Romulans, but they're gonna go nice and slow through all my facilities this time instead of going around to the right like they have been. So they're gonna try and damage as much stuff on the way as possible, just to be an inconvenience. Yeah, we're just gonna try and build some more ships here. Get a fleet going again to prepare for either the Cardassians attacking us or to attack them.
Acknowledged, Starfleet.
Ship at full readiness.
Yeah, and they've already destroyed that planet. They already I've already lost control of it. It's a neutral planet once again for right now. My defensive structures are gone. So yeah, I basically have lost the center at this point.
All sections report.
With that being said, though, I am at one of their capital planets.
Red alert. Enemy vessels
That's where all their
engaged.
fleet shipyards are for this particular faction. I'm willing to bet. I still at this point have not gotten the whole way through, so I don't know if that's actually the case, but that seems to be the case.
We await your command. Helm, bring us about.
Awaiting orders.
Acknowledge, Starfleet. Reroute power to weapons.
I'm gonna attack their last couple remaining ships and start attacking their support structures and weapons platforms and stuff like that. Like I said, I could really use those Springfield class ships that are way up in the top, but unfortunately they're on the other side of the map, and I do need them up there for defensive purposes.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
And like I said, I'm also
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Self-destruct sequence
converting
initiated.
my support planets over here too. My capital planet, just building a ton of
Ship
fighters
at
and
full
stuff here.
readiness.
See what time we're at. So we're at an hour and 10 minutes. This video's gonna take forever to upload.
Ship at full readiness. Ready
So yeah, I
phasers
mean,
and
we're
quantum
just
torpedoes.
pushing on them. Unfortunately, like I said, those space stations, they're just nasty. They will destroy your ships like left and right, and we're still engaging a few ships and a few fighters and stuff here, and a couple defensive platforms. While my steamers are just floating around in space. I've got my Saucer Separate Galaxies smoking
Status
here.
report.
Unable to comply.
Standing by.
Card's on fire, which isn't good.
Go ahead.
Card's
What's on
actually
your mind?
very important because he's the one who can call in reinforcements if I start losing my
All
fleet.
sections report.
So, yeah. Basically not a good thing. I'm not, I still have a huge fleet here. I still got a lot of damage dealing capability, but at the same time, all it takes is a couple of capital ships, or just enough
Status report.
smaller frigates and stuff, and that can change the course of a battle even with fewer enemies.
Ship at full readiness.
It's one of those things where you gotta keep up the momentum, and that's really difficult with that sort of damage coming from, you know,
This
the
is Captain Picard of the USS
defensive
Enterprise.
structures and stuff.
Warp signatures detected.
Yeah, one of the Dominion capital ships, and they're still throwing smaller ships and fighters at me, so I gotta try and take that stuff out before I can really begin my assault on that starbase and hope I take it out.
All sections report.
Red
Yeah,
alert.
reinforcing
Enemy
my
vessels
secondary fleet yards.
All hands to battle stations.
Increase its durability if it starts to get bombarded, as well as increasing the tactical slots I have to get more fighters and stuff.
Alert the crew. Fire all
Right now I'm
weapons.
just going to kind of let my fleet loose.
Alert the crew.
I actually want to have them attack their fleet yards, and then I was going to let them loose.
Engage engines. Bring all weapons to bear.
Warp signatures detected.
Engage engines. Divert power to weapons. All sections report.
Red alert. Enemy
Yeah, this
vessel
is the
engaged.
reason that this video ended up being so long, is because I
Yes.
was attacking their capital
Bring us
planet.
to
You know, I had
full
my
impulse.
fleet in there.
All hands to
I
battle
used
stations.
Picard's ability to call more reinforcements here.
Armed and ready.
Miranda's and Saber are engaging enemy ships on the other side of the map. Will my Norway's moving to start bombarding the planet from the other side, out of the range of the space
Impulse
station.
power. Take us out.
Yeah, I got my capital ships and stuff, engaging the planet too, or at least a couple of them are.
Warp signatures detected.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
All hands to battle stations.
Ahead. Impulse power.
That's Janeway right
Bring
there.
us to full impulse.
Forgot to change the name of the ships. Yeah, that's the biggest beef I have with it, is that
Prepare the docking
because
bays.
of the way the game works, the hero unit ships are actually, different names than they should be. By default, you have to actually change
All
them.
sections report. Bring all weapons to bear.
So Voyager's and the Voyager, I never even really paid attention to that at all during any of these gameplay sessions.
Ship at full readiness.
Lakota refits going at it, just trying to do as much damage as they can before they inevitably die. I mean, as you guys can start to see, my fleet's starting to thin out
All
a little
sections
bit,
report.
so I've lost a few
Warp
ships
signatures
already.
detected.
There's a pretty decent debris field starting to go there all as it is. Gotta try and take out their dry docks. Right now my ships are bombarding the station.
Status report.
Alert the crew. Standing by.
Like I said, I hadn't seen the rest of their planet, so they
All
could have had
sections
fleet yards
report.
elsewhere, but I was banking on the fact that this was the majority of it, and that this would basically win me the battle, would be
Acknowledge
stopping
Starfleet.
any of their ship production on this planet.
Go ahead.
Especially knowing
What's
that I
on
was
your
going to take
mind?
losses. Trying to take down their station, I just wasn't sure what I was expecting to take. Like, just how
Standing
many
by.
losses. Because really at this point all they have is research stations, their hero, and
Crew standing by.
that space station, and the
Adjusting
space station's
coordinates.
really the biggest thing. I got my Norways and my
Self-defense
capital
sequence
ships are bombarding the planet. Oh, there goes my Curry class, my only one. It's a pretty cool
Acknowledge Starfleet.
damage model. Like I said, I just like the damage models in this in general.
Yellow alert.
Most of the other Star Trek
Activated.
games, for whatever reason, like when a ship gets destroyed, they just don't look good. Like they're not like a giant hulk in space, like they'll texture, they'll just outright explode to save space and memory, but
Awaiting orders.
I love the idea of just having like these decks blown out and like holes in the ship and
Acknowledge
stuff like
Starfleet.
that. So we're surrounding their planet. There's a couple large explosions right there. Something exploded. I'm not sure if it was me or them. Picard's still there bombarding the planet. And galaxies are going in. Saucers separated to try and help engage with the fleet, since the other capital ships are bombarding the planet. This wasn't by choice, though. This is the fact that the saucer separation's on auto-enable. And if the galaxies go saucer separation, they can't attack a planet. So they're going, with the rest of the fleet to automatically attack the, the biggest threat, I guess, which is the space station. Use Picard's ability to call in more reinforcements again here. I mean, we got the fires are just swarming around my my other ships here.
Standing by.
Awaiting orders.
Reroute power to weapons.
We got some Challenger classes. It's something I was also unaware that you could get with Picard's reinforcement ability. I don't know how good the Challenger class really is, because it's an envoy ship. It's meant for like diplomatic relations, but it's also from the TNG era. I guess I should, at some point here, next time I play, I'll try to remember to look at the stats of that and a couple of the other ships versus some of the mid and late game stuff you can build. Just kind of compare the two.
Give the word.
Pirates once again pushing through.
Engaged.
There's the new fighter. That's the Valkyrie class. Like I said, that's based off the PlayStation 1 game Star Trek Invasion. That's actually what you flew. You didn't control a starship. You controlled that fighter, and then you can unlock another fighter later on. I think it was these ones right there. I may be mistaken. I know that you could get some other fighters and stuff though. Fleet's trying to get spread out here, engaging other targets and stuff. So I just tell everybody to engage this.
New attack pattern. Lieutenant, open a hailing frequency.
Card is on fire again. Like I said, this is really blurry while I'm watching this because I'm going back and rewatching it in Movie Maker as I narrate it. So unfortunately, it's not high quality until I get it, the project saved and all the audio, and then save it as 1080p. It defaults to like low quality.
All sections on standby.
I mean, as you guys can see, I'm just throwing massive amounts of firepower at this station. It's taking hits from every direction. There's just constant explosions on its hull, and it's still blowing away my fleet, and it's still got a ton of health. I mean, once you get the shields down, it's got as much health as it does shields, but luckily the armor's a little bit more prone to damage than the shields are, it seems.
Research
slowly rebuilding a
insufficient
fleet up at my shipyards.
Enemy vessels detected.
All hands to battle stations.
Another up close look at steam runners as one explodes in the background there. Yeah, just try and keep in mind too that I've called reinforcements from Picard 2 or 3 times in this battle already, so try to imagine what my fleet would have looked like right now if it wasn't for that. All I would have left are my capital ships. And maybe 1 or 2 Excelsiors that got really lucky somehow throughout the battle.
Standing by.
Actually, it looks like I lost one of my galaxies. I can't remember that either. Yeah, you guys, I think I'll take a little bit closer look after the battle, but yeah. You guys can see debris fields, you know, ships just blown up everywhere, just little chunks of spaceship, and some of it's already despawned by this point too.
Battle stations.
A couple of their ships are going through my original defensive line. I got some fighters and stuff that are preparing to engage.
Battle stations.
But I'm not overly worried. It's just a couple smaller ships.
Warp signatures detected.
Card just leveled up. Alright, and there goes our space station. So that took forever. Let's see. So we're at 1 minute and 20 seconds on my audio recording. And 1 minute 20 seconds. 1 hour and 20 minutes.
All power to weapons.
God, that was a long minute and 20 seconds, guys. We got about 5 more minutes left in the video, about 4 more actually, right now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said at the start of the video, if you guys felt this was too long, I should have cut it in half, just let me know. And next time I get something that goes over an hour, like, you know, by this much, or even just something that goes over an hour, I'll try to split it up into 2 episodes. I know I've already had one, you know, a good friend of mine, Blue Monkey, suggests that I cut it up shorter, so I want to see what everybody else thinks. Like I said, with this, it's hard to make any progress in a short video. But this was a pretty busy one. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of fleets and stuff. Fighter zooming by. So yeah, we now control the one of the Cardassian capital planets. We've taken out their space station, and we're ready to continue to push forward.
Self-destruct sequence initiated.
You know, despite the loss the fleet's taken too, still got a pretty good number of ships because of Picard's ability, and if we need it, we can use it again to help bolster the fleet before another attack. We'll also start working on further research for our Titan, something that I've been kind of putting off because I haven't really needed one yet, but I think it'll be useful to us later on, one of the 2 Titans. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and so you guys enjoyed the last couple minutes of the video.
We await your command. We await your command.
Warp signatures detected. Insufficient research. Station complete. Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged. Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Warp signatures detected. Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
All sections report.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.